Master Grade Gundam X. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs, 2Bs, Gundam.tk, and I could not be more pleased today to be bringing you one of my most long-awaited Master Grades. It's the Master Grade Gundam X, the first lead from Gundam X, finally coming home in proper MG1100th. Early 2014 release, 3,800 yen. But you can get it for even less from the good folks at Hobby Link Japan. There's links directly below in the description, and you can find this and lots more great stuff. In the mid-90s, Bandai tried something new after Victory Gundam spinning off from the Universal Century with G-Wing and then Gundam X, which I have to say is one of the last Gundam animes that I watched. Part of the reason being is that, well, it shares something in common with its illustrious predecessor. It also is a problem there, in that they both got cancelled early. I think that's one of the reasons why I watched it late, but at the same time, don't let it put you off, because they did a really good job, I think, of wrapping up the last quarter of the season in 3 episodes or so. And actually, Gundam X is one of my favorites, which is why I'm so excited that we're finally getting a Master Grade here of the X, which is, of course, going to be leading in to a DX eventually, despite what Domon and the party will have to say. As for a look back at the history, even though the anime was cancelled, had a pretty good run there in 1/144th, including both Versagos and the Ashatron, and a couple of grunts up there, the Genis, and you've got the Daughters Custom, and that G-Falcon. But the focus, I think, is going to be on the 1/100th for me, as there it is, coming out in April of 1996, 1,500 yen back in the day. You can also see the X Divider, which is worth discussing after. Airmaster Burst, you've got the Leopards in both of his spots down there. Only one bad guy, the Versago in 1/100th, and there it is, the DX, which can get even bigger with the the G-Falcon added onto its back, also swappable. But this takes me back to building the old kit here from 1996, high grades, when it mostly applied to 1/100ths here, 1,500 yen, you can get it even less at retail. Old school design, and when you take a look at this guy, he is lined like crazy. You can go check out his review on my website, but lots of clear green there, nice multicolored air plate. Not as many seals as you might expect, but how about this? If you want to talk about something that's going to be cool, silver all over the place there, as you get to see all the fun part of the backpack, which is going to make the X so distinct. And what should be blue or purple, well, they're going to be giving it to you in silver, as was the style at the time. We've also seen with the Wing Boys that they tended to be very blocky and lined all over the place. Why put a single line down the front of a part like a thigh when you could put in a million? That was the style at the time. But it's definitely a good time to be a Master Grade 1/100th lead collector. And if you've been following my channel, that was my goal from the beginning a long time ago. There were 6 waiting: V1, V2, Wing, 0, X, and DX. And well, we've had a good luck here with the V1, the Wing Boys. And now the X, well, it's only going to be a matter of time, and if we get Age 3 and Age FX, things are going to be looking up. But on to the MS and the kit itself. Well, you may look at that backpack and say, there's no X to be seen. Of course, the cover's already going to be giving it away there. But you've got a very nice design here. This is one of my favorite overall designs, even without the backpack, which is variable if you want to divide things up. But he is going to have on the back a satellite cannon, which is absolutely awesome. You'll see it deployed in a minute. But here, when you do pull it out, you're able to pull this gray part forward. It looks like it's got some nice gray details in there. The handle is going to be coming down. You can see that the cockpit hatch is going to be opening there, and that's popping open. The shoulder Vulcan is a nice touch. That backpack actually has a lot of different play options there. The hands are going to be the 4 fingers. They are not going to be moving like individual manipulators. And the man, the myth, the legend, Garrod ran. Could they give us a little Tifa, or is that something we're going to have to wait for? But there it is. Look at these reflectors here. What they're going to be doing is giving you some fantastic seals. If you saw the old school one, it was going to be these very, very chromed and raised surfaces. This one, different approach, as you're going to be dropping thick, clear pieces of plastic on top of some special mirror seals underneath that are looking quite sharp. Here you can see him actually hovering. That's actually a nice mode. This guy's got a lot of them. And you've got some marking seals, which are not looking all that attractive to me. Not done by Katoki Hajime, definitely in terms of the style. And there it is, some information about the satellite system loading mobile suit, the first lead, before Rick found one. But even before deployment, he's going to be looking pretty cool with his regular armaments down there. As you can see, the Shield Buster Rifle. If you're tired of the regular Gundam Shield, well, how about this? It's a handgun and shield in one. Nice touch. You can actually hold it in hand and have it hanging down, which is pretty cool. He can reach right back because in the satellite cannon, he's going to have a huge oversized beam saber back there. The chest is going to have tons of little details in there, from the Vulcans to the yellow on the green. Looking forward to seeing if there's going to be a seal under there. I love looking at stuff like this where you can see that with this old one, yeah, it would have been a seal, but now we're going all plastic. The shoulder's going to be popping out all over the place, which leads to some dynamic posing. But really, the most important one is that his left arm gets ready, and then his right arm gets armed. As there it is. When you deploy the satellite cannon and you get everything out there, there's the X from the name. As you can see, that big cannon coming over the shoulder, and the reflectors, I think, are looking fantastic back there. You'll notice that he's going to be having purple, clear it looks like, around his body, instead of the silver that you saw in the old school one. And in terms of this, what makes this an MG and worth, well, what, 2.5 times the price? Check out that knee and all the moving parts that you're going to be getting there. This has been well worth the wait. Can't wait to see exactly how it looks out of the box, because unpainted, you can see that he's got all the colors in all the right places. The high grade did a great job a few years back, and now it's time to see what the MG brings to the table. Long overdue, perhaps. So it's inside the box we go, where you're going to be getting clear green down there, a couple different shades, red, yellow, and gray on the A-plate there with lots of parts punched out. That's what we're talking about, gray, white, and blue. And there they are, nice and clear parts there with some little textured surfaces. If you run your finger over them, they are going to have some little bumps on them. Clear purple, looking very nice on the inside there. More white, more purple, more blue. His blue is pretty unique in the first place. White and gray is going to round things out, and then, yes, in the name of the moon, he might just punish your colony. With the art looking pretty good here in the manual, and when you delve inside, there it is, GX9900 Gundam X, and you can see some information about the system itself, including the GX bit. Yes, there's lots of variations to be found there. Garrod ran the lead, and you can see Tifa Adil sitting inside there. They don't focus on it much here in the manual, but what was the story? Well, the Gundam X, big satellite, blew up all sorts of stuff in space, and basically Garrod found it overpowered in the first few episodes. So over time, he was going to just dump the satellite cannon itself, and then he turned it into the X Divider, which also went on sale, and we will be getting an MG of that. So will we be getting a GX bit? That would be sort of interesting, perhaps an online exclusive. But 3 different versions of the Gundam X before the Mao appeared in Build Fighters, so it's all the more reason for Bandai to get this kit out now. As you will see, some wholly different plates over there, so you can imagine that they'll be printing them differently depending on which version they're going to be putting out. Some nice drawings up there, everything, nothing X'd out here, so well designed. This one should be the focus. And there it is, some more great art there on the inside, painting up Garrod. Sort of interesting here for the blue. What are they talking about? Cobalt blue 60, white 20, and Indie blue 20, sort of setting itself apart. Of course, go for lining if you really want to make them stand out, and some of the art that we've already seen around. And as you go inside and build up the legs, look at how many parts there are going to be for the weapons. And you've got a spin-out area here, so what do you get? You've got the big size beam sword there that you can put in hand, spin the Vulcans forward, and if you want to pop them into hovering mode, you can go and do something Da Vinci style, spin that all around, get him up on an action base, and with the right twists and turns like a combination lock, yeah, he's ready pretty much to blow up anybody. Disappointing that they're not going to be giving you any color here as you get to go put the seals on, which don't stand out all that much, but then again, just seeing this guy looking the way he does looks great. From the unbox, I'd imagine my enthusiasm is shining through. 1500 to 38. Well, it already looks like he's going to have all the same features, but just so much better styled in terms of the proportions, the lines, the colors, the clear parts that are going to be included. But there's lots of great stuff, so stick around to see all the plates, and hopefully we can make some predictions from there. And the seals and more. And don't forget to let me know what you think of this video with a comment down below, and head on over to GundamReviews.net. And like on whether you like this kit or not, and I'm curious to see which ones and variations you might be buying in the future. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stick around for more, and then it all put together. See ya! Well, what about Stargazer? Let's just focus on getting the big ones first.